Good morning. This is your buddy, your pal David, the whippersnapper. Today I'm planning to do a quick video, 13, about Japanese woodblock prints. Now, these often were done 100, 200 years ago. In Japan, they were a form of artwork that was quite popular. And there are masters in Japan, master carvers. They carve from a block of cherry wood an image. And of course, it becomes a process of they make the paper, they stamp colors on paper. It's Japanese woodblock prints. They can be very pricey if you buy originals. Of course, they can go astronomical. I was able to, I'm going to show you. This is one of the most famous Japanese wood print makers. One of the very famous is Hiroshogi. I don't have dates when his, probably mid-1800s, early 1800s. He did some famous Japanese prints. This is one of a very popular one. This, I don't believe this is an original. This is, they were after-marketed by, I'm hoping this is an actual wood print. I don't even know. I think it's an actual wood print. I've got two of Hiroshogi's. You can see that lovely painting. Now, I'll tell you some of the story behind this is the difference between this. There are some subtle differences between this particular display and the original, like some of the tree work. There's some small people in the foreground walking along a path, and some of these. There's a little boy kind of leaning over looking at a butterfly or a flower and his mother. And in the original, they don't have that. They've got some people just walking. So this is an aftermarket, and they kind of made some subtle changes. So, like a really funny story, I actually thought I had something of value here. I picked this up at a house sale. So I actually contacted Christie's in New York, and they seemed to they sent me back a reply. It wasn't really. I thought I had struck a gold mine, and hilariously they said it didn't appear to be what they thought would be convenient for them to put on auction. So that I've got another one. I'll show you on a different. I've got another picture of the same artist. I'll tell you a funny story. I was up. Now it's a very peaceful scene. There's cherry blossoms, people walking, trees. Everything's nice and peaceful. And here in the background, it looks like a volcano. So. The whole funny thing, as peaceful as this looks, like with that volcano, all of a sudden people say, hey, things ain't as peaceful as they look. But it turned out on investigating the scene, I realized those are just twin peaks. I don't think it's a volcanic mountain. Now in this picture, it appears to be a volcanic mountain ready to belch a bunch of volcanic material, and apparently the mountain displayed here is just a twin peak mountain. It's non-volcanic, so I realized, well, my assumption that the painting meant to be a nice quiet scene didn't seem to materialize, but that's okay. It's a beautiful painting. We hang it proudly on our wall, and it kind of opened up the whole realm of Japanese wood prints. I read up as much as I could on Japanese wood prints, and it's a fascinating form of art that's very popular. And the prints can fetch excellent prices, especially originals, because they might have made 1,000 different prints. Like these wood blocks, it was almost like a printing press. You could start pumping these out. It was like an early form of art sales, like people would buy them. And here's Shogi. He had the 50 views across Tokyo, 50 views. Mount Fuji, they have all sorts of famous. He was one of probably half a dozen famous Japanese artists, and the whole art, Japanese art, wood block is very, very fascinating, and I thought I'd bring that. Now I do have another print. I'll show that on another video. It's of the Tokyo kind of red light district. It's another famous recognized print by Hiroshogi on the Japanese red light district. And so it's kind of kind of fun to. I've got two of these prints, so we hang them proudly, and everything's good there. Christie's, it was a funny story. As I said, I contacted Christie's. I thought I had something that was quite valuable, and it turns out that I hope that they're actual prints in the printing process, and I feel certain they are. It's just the aftermarket. There's been a few subtle changes, so but. I sure enjoyed these, and it was so much fun. Like, actually, I thought I was a big shot contacting Christie's, and they did email me back a couple of different things, and so that dream fell apart about getting rich quick. But here I am today. We're comfortable. It's very cold outside here in Alberta. We had a bit of snow. It's going to get even colder. We're expecting it to go possibly wind chills down into the -40s in the next few days. So that'll freeze the tips of your whatever. It'll freeze your tips off here real quick, you know. Like, that's cold, and it's deadly cold. So that's what we have to endure in Alberta once in a while. It's all due to the polar vortex and the way it's been changing. You know, they got the different winds. The jet streams have been changing their tracks, and there's different reasons for some of these things. And yeah, I should be able to go 13 or 14 minutes today. I've got to get a verification settled with Google in order to make longer videos. I've got so many different things I've picked up over the years. I've got a nice Italian marble cockatiel. It says Italy scratched in the bottom, and you know, it's a very beautiful marble. I wouldn't be surprised it's, you know, Carrara. It's kind of a creamy and then pink shades. And the bird actually had a great big crest on it, and when I bought it probably at a yard sale, they had to glue the crest. I guess the crest that at one point in time it must have tripped over and broke. But I've since, you know, that particular piece. It's right now. I'll show you the bird on another video too. It's a beautiful marble cockatiel. I got so many things. I got, you know, a collection of this and that you pick up. And at one point in time, they were probably of, you know, good value. But then if they get scarred up or broken, then the value seems to peter out. So, but as I say, I just started this channel. It's my first time I've been on YouTube. And as I say, I don't want to go in to start talking about prepping and what do they call it? Their survival and doomsday scenarios. I already mentioned that. I know I've been watching a lot of these articles, and I've got an opinion on almost everything. Of course, an opinion, that's all it is, an opinion. I go off I've got a wild imagination, so I come up with, I don't want to start putting out too many crazy ideas on the internet because people say I'm a kook. And I'm not a kook, I'm a hard-working guy. I've got a nice picture of myself when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I was quite a handsome young boy. I thought I did really good in elementary school. I mean, I was like a little angel. I was tutored by, well, kind of, my mother was my mentor, and she was quite a woman, so you learn, you're trained, and then when I went to elementary school, I was getting either excellent reports or very good. I mean, top of the class. Teacher asks a question, up goes the hand, and I was right involved. And once I got to high school, as I say, things started to fall apart. Now, I should mention, after a couple of years being out of school, I had the opportunity. Mom had a certain amount of money. She said she was going to send me to a private school in New Brunswick, so I kind of finished my grade 11 at a military cadet style school, English. They had headmasters, the headmaster Bonnie Castle. It was in Rothsay, New Brunswick. And so I spent 1 year there, room and board. We had a big mess hall. I came 10th out of a class of 35. I did well. I've always had intentions of doing well in life. I mean, life is exciting. I was always, as a young boy, eager to learn and investigate and explore, like most boys. And so it's been a real adventure. As I say, I'm 72 now. I'm hoping, as long as I get good rest and sleep and everything, and my health, I might be able to go quite a number of years more, hopefully. So hopefully I can make lots of... This for me is therapeutic, going on the internet. So I've shown you that lovely picture. I don't even have all the information on it, like I did have. There's actually a name. It's a river in Japan, and it's a special scene. It's actually, if you go on the internet and look up the Japanese art prints, Hiroshogi, they'll go into great detail on some of the prints. You'll actually see that print with the cherry blossoms and the mountain and the river, and you'll enjoy all that. So what I'll do, I'm at 13 minutes. I'm going to end this video. We'll get together again soon and have more fun together talking about different things. And I might start opening up on some of my thoughts and opinions on different things that are happening in the world. But until then, this is your buddy, your pal David. Have a wonderful day, rest of your day. It is, I think, the 9th of January, 2024. And we'll get together soon, so life is sweet. It's going to get sweeter. And it can't get any better than this, really, can it? Okay, well, I'll end it here. Okay, bye for now.